Temperatures continue to hit their peak, and so have our electric bills. How can we beat the heat without raising our energy bills? The Lennox Home Energy Report Card survey found that many of us could use a course in Energy Savings 101 to stay cool and save money. Joining us now with energy efficient expert from Dallas, Texas, the Big D, Kyle Golden, with some advice. Welcome, Kyle, one of the hot places as well in the United States. How are you today?
Good. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, pleasure to have you. Now, what are some of the most important and interesting findings from this year's Home Energy Report Card survey?
Sure. So Lennox went out and polled homeowners and asked them to rate themselves when it comes to saving energy. And most homeowners gave themselves a B. But however, 31% of homeowners gave themselves a C, average, saying they're doing some good, but there's still a lot of room for improvement.
Wow. Now, what are some of these what are some simple maintenance tasks and improvements homeowners can do around the house to make energy a little bit better, or the energy bills a little bit less?
What I like to say is focus small and save big. And there's a lot of really easy and inexpensive things homeowners can do to save energy. And most of these tools and tips I'm going to give you, you can pick up at your local home improvement store. And the first thing I recommend is regularly change your air filter. If you don't change your air filter, it can become clogged by dirt and other particles, which results in your system working harder and running longer. By regularly changing your air filter, your system runs more efficiently. It can help save you money. The second thing I recommend is you want to keep all that cool air inside. I did this last weekend. I went to the local home improvement store, bought a bottle of caulk, walked around the outside of my house. It took about an hour, but I sealed all the cracks around the windows. And the third thing homeowners can do is check out the latest smart Wi-Fi thermostats like the Lennox iComfort S30. These smart thermostats can detect when you're home and when you're away and automatically adjust the temperature for you. All these small tips can add up to some big savings.
Speaking of big savings, what is the biggest mistake now that people make when it comes to saving money on their energy or electric bills?
The biggest mistake that was reported on the Lennox Home Energy Report Card was 22% of people admitted to turning off their system while they were gone. And this is one of the worst things you can do. What you want to do is set your temperature back 6 to 8 degrees. That way you still get some energy savings, but your system doesn't have to run as long or as hard to bring the temperature back down.
Yeah, because whenever you're heating the house, you're also heating everything that's in there, including the rugs, the carpeting, the furniture, everything, everything that's there, that's also heating or cooling itself as well, right?
Exactly. You nailed it. When you cool or heat your house, if the temperature gets too hot in the house, your walls can become really hot. You have to cool everything down, which means your system runs for a long period of time.
You know, the information that you're giving us today is extremely important for us to make sure that our electric bills are trying to keep at the minimum. What about some insulation in the ceilings, double pane windows? I guess it's just making sure that there's no air leak going on with that right now.
Absolutely. The more insulation you can add, the more you're going to save. The weather stripping around doors, double pane windows, all that stuff adds up to some big savings.
Now, Lennox does a fantastic job with so many of the electronic devices and so forth that they have. Where can we get some more information about it being energy efficient?
Sure, there's great resources on Lennox.com and some simple checklists homeowners can check out to remind themselves on how to save energy. And there's also a cool contest Lennox is running where homeowners can submit their best tip on how to save energy for a chance to win $10,000 towards heating and cooling equipment.
Wow, how can people enter in on that? Because that would replace, in a lot of homes, a brand new air conditioning system.
Exactly. It would replace the entire system, and who wouldn't want that, especially during these hot summer days, to get a fresh system to help save energy?
Absolutely. From a very hot part of the country, from Dallas, Texas, thank you so much for joining us today, Kyle.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we've got more coming up right after the break, so stay with us.